Hello, everybody. Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. I'm back with another video. Emi's here with me too.
Hi.
Today I wanted to talk about something that's pretty important, I think. A lot of people have been joining my Discord lately, and they always ask me for artistic advice. And something that I am noticing is a lot of new artists are very uncomfortable with the use of references. But you guys have to understand that you have to use references in order to learn how to draw. It's kind of like necessary. So, what do you think, Emi, about the use of references?
Yeah, I get where they're coming from because, when I'm drawing, I don't want to feel like I'm cheating or tracing.
But it's not cheating because cheating is when you trace something and you call it your own. But when you use references, what you're really doing is you are drawing while looking at something as a point of reference to see if you're doing it properly. Say you're doing a really difficult pose, it's almost impossible to think of it just out of your imagination. Like if somebody can come up with some sort of difficult aerobic pose out of their head, that's really impressive, but it's not necessary to do that because it is not cheating to use a reference.
Professionals use references all the time.
Absolutely they do.
And, two really cool examples that I noticed recently. Min Min from ARMS.
Yeah.
And, Urshifu, the new Pokemon from the Sword and Shield DLC.
No, but okay.
Okay, Urshifu. Okay, they both are actually modeled after a specific fighting style called Wushu. And I noticed this when I noticed they were almost in the exact same pose. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And so I looked up, what's their fighting style based on? And I found Wushu, and you can see all these images, if you Google image Wushu fighting, of the exact same pose.
Yeah, so say you're trying to do like a complex fighting style in like an animation. You think that you can just see that in your head? You're going to have to look at references to make sure that your characters are following that type of fighting style. So I'm going to put up on the screen right now a picture that I did where I painted a goldfish. But I did not just paint a goldfish from my mind. I had a picture reference of a goldfish that I used to make sure that not only was I getting the coloring correct, but the shape and the translucence of the fins and such. I think I did an alright job, but the point is my goldfish doesn't look exactly the same as the goldfish on the right.
Yeah, like you can tell you looked at it for details. I think
Yes.
it would have looked probably a lot different if you tried to do it from your mind.
Yeah, I'm not a human photocopier, so and none of us are a human photocopier. We can't copy an image exactly unless we're like some sort of god, I suppose. So it's here's something. You can't own poses.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, alright, so there are some exceptions, like Akira on top of his bike in that one specific pose on the front of the box art, and it's like, okay, if you're doing a person on a bike that looks exactly like Akira's bike, I don't think his name is Akira.
I don't think even that's bad. Like I get.
It's like an homage.
Yeah.
At that point, it's not, like, you're not tracing, it's an homage, it's paying tribute at that point. You're still making it your own.
Now I have something to bring up because you just reminded me.
Sure.
There's a very famous poster. It's that one poster of Barack Obama and it says hope.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's famous because it's a famous picture, but it's also famous because the guy who made that poster didn't take the original image of Barack Obama.
Oh.
He didn't take that photo. So it's a very interesting case to talk about because it's like, yeah, he traced, but he also made his own original image.
So it's transformative. So
Exactly.
it's fair use, technically?
Technically, well, it's kind of borderline, but because it's like completely 100% his composition at the end, then technically people are fine with it. And it's like a little borderline, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that you would learn anything in that kind of case, except maybe about how to transform an image. It's not quite the same as, but, is it still okay?
Well, that kind of segues me into the idea of actually using references can help you learn. So, if you are using an image of Barack Obama and you're trying to do a portrait of him, so you're not tracing him when you're using a reference. You are looking at the picture and trying to recreate what you are seeing. Sometimes not exactly. Sometimes you're putting your own flair into it. So, say we're doing a portrait of Barack Obama. We're going to have to try to match his skin tone. We're going to have to try to match his skin features. And there's a lot of brain power going into all of that. And you're probably going to be learning a lot about color theory, form, 3D shapes while you're doing this. So it really is a form of learning when it comes to art. Working like realistically from your imagination is a skill that comes naturally to very few people. It's a skill that's learned over many years after studying and working from references, and many professionals, especially in video game creation, they just use references, even comics. Like every form of art, we all use references, and it's not cheating, and beginners should understand this so that they don't feel like they are doing something wrong when what they are doing is just aiding in their performance.
Yeah, I think, you don't have to be afraid of using a reference when you're trying to make something specific. It can kind of help, like, with choreography and stuff, especially. And, like, if you feel shy about it, like, there's always those pose dolls and stuff that you can get that can kind of, like, make a custom reference for you.
Yeah, why is looking at one of those wooden dolls or the Figmas different from looking at a photograph? It's not. Oh, and you know what's even better when it comes to references is if you take the photographs yourself.
Yeah. I always like being your photographer if you ever need to.
Yes, Emi, Emi is very helpful, and I will never show anybody, I will never let any of my photographs see the light of day of me doing really stupid poses that I needed to use for commissions and original works. Oh my god. Like, so embarrassing.
It's always a good time.
Oh, for sure. So, I don't know if you know this, but so for Disney movies and Pixar, I'll show up on the screen right now, actually, they had people and animals come in as reference when they were making older Disney movies. These days they can just use photos or stuff like resources from the internet like we do now.
Yeah.
But back then, when they were making the Lion King, they actually had a real-life little lion cub come in, and they would watch the lion cub to study how
it moved and
how it moves and how it interacts with its environment. Yeah. It's the same with, you'll probably notice in Sleeping Beauty, they actually had... Maybe it wasn't Sleeping Beauty, maybe it was Alice in Wonderland, but they had a girl dress up as the character and kind of dance and walk around. And they saw how the dress flowed.
Right.
And they would use that as reference to understand how the clothing looks when in movement.
I always thought there must have been something going on there, because when you look at those like old frames, they're so very lifelike.
Yeah, but that's because they were using real-life references right in front of them, kind of like when you take art school in university. I can only assume I didn't take it, but I've heard stories of in college and university, they would have a live model come in, and you would paint them.
Now, you don't have to use references to make something interesting.
No, you don't.
Like, do you remember that one show called Cow and Chicken? On Teletoon?
Yes, sorta.
I kind of doubt that they used any references for Cow and Chicken. It just looks so absurd.
Yeah, when I think of cartoons, I'm not really sure how they make those.
Yeah, but actually, I bet you they use references in those really awkward close-ups in SpongeBob.
I love those.
Yeah.
I think that's extremely my type of humor.
It's so good. But I think it depends on what you're trying to create, but if you're trying to learn about anatomy and you're trying to, make a really high quality image, you always want to use a reference in some way.
Yeah, actually, a lot of cartoonists started out learning proper anatomy just so that they could learn how to do cartoon anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of have to understand how the body works before you can shape it and morph it into silly ways that still look convincing.
Yeah, because you have to build that part of your brain muscle that does spatial choreography and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wish I could be good at drawing.
Oh, shush. Here's another thing for beginners. As well as reference use, you also have to actually draw to get better at drawing. One thing that extremely frustrates me is when a beginner artist says stuff like, "Oh, I am not very good," and every single time they're showing me their works, none of them are finished. You have to finish your pictures.
Yeah.
If you don't finish anything you make, that was my problem when I first started.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started, I had a sketchbook full of unfinished doodles, and I didn't want that to be the way it was anymore. So once you start to work on a picture and you finish it, you will have learned something in every picture that you finish. Keep on editing the picture until it looks the way you want it to look. Don't just give up because it looks ugly. If it looks ugly, fix the things that you think are ugly, and you'll learn how to fix those things.
Yeah.
That's your problem. You never draw. You have to draw to learn.
I'm too embarrassed.
You don't have to be embarrassed. Emilio, you're actually very talented.
Oh, thanks.
That's one of the reasons that I liked you when I first met you, because I really liked your art.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. You know what? I think one thing that might help, because you have your Discord, and I see all those really awesome people posting their art and stuff, and they're all giving each other advice on how to improve. And last year compared to this year, I can see an improvement in all of their art.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. I would like to invite anybody who's listening to this right now to come join our Discord if you are trying to learn art. We have an art help section and an art share section, so you can share all of your works, whether they're finished or not. You can also go into art help, and we can help you fix any kind of wonky anatomy. We can give you advice. One thing I will tell you not to do, though, is to come into my server and go into art help and post your traced shit. Stop doing that. The number of times I've had to tell people that tracing is not going to help them learn. Maybe it kind of helps you learn, but don't share your traced art
and then claim it as your own.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's okay if you trace something if you're learning.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I would trace Sora from the Kingdom Hearts stuff. I would also trace pictures from the Shonen Jump mangas that I had.
I think everyone's traced a manga at some point.
Absolutely. I think it's very normal for those who are starting with art to trace. But never, ever, ever come into an art Discord and ask for help when you haven't even started from square one. I can't help you if your picture is traced from the get-go.
So, what's the difference here? Where do you draw the line between tracing and using a reference?
Well, when you are using a reference, you're not tracing it. You are not, putting your pencil over the picture and literally going over every single line exactly. You're not learning anything by doing that. You're just copying it mindlessly. So
when you're using a reference, you're looking at the image and you're trying to reproduce it.
Yeah, you're using your brain. You're creating muscle memory. You're, like I said, you're not a human photocopier. You're not going to be able to do it perfectly. Yeah.
I really like how you did the dress in this.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm still learning ruffles and stuff. It's hard to do clothing. I will say that clothing is one of the most difficult things for me at the moment. I'm hoping to get better. Oh yeah, this picture, I probably should have said this earlier, but this is a commission, and this lady here, she has big old muscles.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot too. I think that women with muscles should be normalized because, oh my gosh, I think that being strong is awesome.
Yeah, she's so cool.
I want to be stronger so that I can lift my dad's canoe onto the top of my car.
Whoa.
That's my goal.
You can do it.
If I could do that by myself, that'd be fantastic.
You can be so strong. Well, you're already getting stronger.
Well, thank you. Well, I got that exercise bike.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone, I got an exercise bike. I haven't put any clothes on it yet.
Yeah, it's not for laundry.
It's not for laying laundry on.
It's for exercise.
Yes, I swear it's for exercise. Not that I have used it in the past week.
Hey.
Yeah.
Get on that.
I will. You haven't used it either.
What? Well, yeah. I used it last week.
Last week. Oh gosh, we're terrible at this.
Oh.
Well, you know, just like in art, exercising takes work and dedication.
You have to be really into it.
If you want to get muscle, you have to exercise. And if you want to build your art muscle, you also have to exercise your art muscle. That's not me saying that you should burn yourself out by drawing every single day, but that is me saying that you should finish every piece that you make until you like it. So keep on keeping on, kids.
That's gonna stick with me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Amelia will remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice. So, what do you think of this picture, Amy?
I really like it. I like her outfit a lot. And the way that you did her hair, and there's a good sense of movement. I like that too.
Well, yeah, I should say one thing about this picture and the commissioner. So this character belongs to a very talented music maker, actually.
Oh.
And in the description of this video, I will link their, what is it, SoundCloud, something like that, or Bandcamp.
Where you can listen to their music.
Yeah. I actually did cover art for one of their albums.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be in the description below for anybody to listen to if they so choose. And please come join the Discord so we can be friends. We make sure to always talk to all the new people. We're not the type of Discord that ignores any newbies.
Yeah.
We like to make sure that everybody feels welcome, because there's nothing worse than joining a Discord and you feel like everybody already has their own little clique and their own little friend group. I'm not the type of person to not talk on the Discord either. I love to make new friends, so please come and have fun with us all. Yeah, because I love art, I love learning, and I love making friends, and I love seeing everybody else's growth. That's really important to me.
And I like looking at lemon bags.
Lemon bags. Oh, I honestly would love to have this person in real life.
It's so cute.
It is cute.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoy drawing fruit.
Yeah?
Yes.
I guess there's a fruit in like a bunch of your pictures, aren't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love to draw cute animals. I love to draw fruit. And I love to draw cute girls.
Well, you're doing all of those things.
I am slowly getting better at drawing dudes, but not quite yet. So, here's going to be my little outro.
Okay.
So, I would like to thank my patrons.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have a whole 6 patrons.
That's good.
I know. Thank you to these guys for making the dream real.
Oh.
Alright, so I'd like to thank Noya Chi, Valerie, Lupin Gray, High Marshall Void, Green Angel 5, and Nikki Momo. Thank you so much for supporting me. A lot of you have been supporting me for years. It has been such a long time since I made my last video, and I am so sorry for that. I've been very insecure. But I'm going to be trying my best from now on, and look forward to some tutorials as well, even though I feel like I'm not very good at explaining how I do things, but I'll do my best. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye!